Hi, David again for concertblogger.com. Today I'm here with the wonderful Tiffany Houghton, our concert blogger artist of the month for June. Hi, thanks for spending some time with us and congratulations on being named artist of the month.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
I'm not exactly sure what goes into being named artist of the month, but
who
I'm
cares?
sure it has a lot to do with talent and what's going on and where you're going in your career. So welcome. Thank you so much for taking some time out for us. You have a really amazing story. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? I know you're originally from Texas.
Yes, absolutely. I'm from Texas, and I've always loved to perform, and begged my parents to take me to New York to this Camp Broadway when I was 9 years old. And out of a whirlwind, I ended up being an alternate for Annie on Broadway and did a lot of performing out here in New York, actually. And fell in love with being on stage. And so I took every opportunity I could when I was little to perform with the local band that I would go beg to let me play on stage with them in Dallas. Anyway, then I started going to Nashville when I was 15 years old with a voice teacher that I had. And I would just watch these songwriters and watch these producers make this music. And I fell in love with the process of all of it. And so I started writing my own songs and decided that I had to move to Nashville right when I could. So I graduated early and moved out there when I was 17. And it was just about the hardest thing I've ever done in my whole life.
Okay. I know that there was an incident that happened that was it was that you had this horrible incident, but it was really a defining experience.
No, it's really defining. Actually, the day that I drove into Nashville, my car was broken into and everything was stolen.
Oh, no.
And I remember lying on the grass like starfish, just bawling.
Like starfish?
No, I'm serious. I was digging through the dumpsters trying to find my journals because I've kept a journal since I was 6 years old, and I just wanted to get my stories back. And so that was the hardest part. But you know what? It's like anything difficult that you go through. If you can push through it and remember the end goal, then it's okay, and it is okay. And I think I grew a lot from the experiences that I had the 2 years that I was in Nashville. And I learned a lot about songwriting. I learned a lot about who I want to be as an artist. And ultimately, I ended up writing a song called High that I really feel gave me a lot of confidence to move out to LA and to really know who I was as an artist at the time. So now I'm out in LA, and
awesome.
I'm really excited because I'm about to go out on tour with MKTO.
I know, I have that. I have that on here.
I'm so excited.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Was there a lot of music surrounding you at home when you were younger? Were your parents really into music and such? There
was. Everybody in my family is very musical, and I think that I first grew my love for music because my grandma would come over and she'd play the piano downstairs. And at 8 years old, I started playing piano with her, and she would teach me how to play hymns. And then I remember she got me a Shania Twain book, her songs made easy, and I would, kind of
try to go along with it, play along with it,
and sing with them. And then as I was keeping a journal at the same time, I was like, you know what, I could put my lyrics and my stories to different melodies that I play on the piano, and so that's really where my songwriting started.
Yeah, awesome. That's so great.
Yeah.
What was the first really big stage that you remember singing on? I know you did a lot of national anthems at Rangers games and such. And what's the first time that you remember being like, wow, there's a lot of people here?
First time I remember doing that was when I was 9 years old at the Camp Broadway. I mean, there were probably 600 or 700 kids at the camp, and then there were just so many people in the audience. And that's actually when talent scouts came up to me afterwards, and I thought they were just coming to help me find my parents. But I remember being like, oh.
They wanted your parents to sign the contract.
Yeah, exactly. So no, I remember there was just tons and tons and tons of people in the audience, and I remember taking a deep breath and feeling at home when I was on stage, and it's always been that.
Yeah, that's what you have to have. You have to have that calm.
Yeah.
And you go out there to just, okay, this is where I belong, and this is what I should be doing.
Definitely.
If you don't have that, then maybe you're doing the wrong thing, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
What was it like to be such a high achiever at such a young age? How did it affect your friendships and stuff? I mean, you're out there belting out the national anthem at 9 years old. I can only imagine other 9-year-old girls just barely trying to figure out why they hate their brother. And how did that really affect, your friendships, do you think?
It's interesting because I think that I was almost very oblivious to the fact that that I was so different because I was so driven, and I almost had blinders up because I knew exactly what I wanted at such a young age. And as I get older, I realize that that's not something that everybody has, and I'm so blessed and grateful to have been born with that. I mean, I was 6 years old when I walked in my parents' room and made them sit down and told them that I was going to be a famous singer someday, whether they wanted me to or not. And that mindset never really changed. I would say it's hardest more so in relationships.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of sacrifice that goes on. I mean, I didn't go to prom in high school, and I missed out on a lot of things, but at the time I didn't think I was missing out on anything.
You're just doing something different. I was just doing
what I wanted to do, and I would go to Nashville on the weekends, and I just thought I was the luckiest girl in the world. And so I think it's like when you love something so much, it takes the fear and it takes the feeling of missing out on certain things or relationships out of it because
you love what you're doing so much.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. So you have a new video that was just released for the song Love Like That.
Yes.
And it's a song and a video about how much different things were in the 50s and 60s, especially pertaining to dating and things of that nature. Do you feel like you should have been born decades earlier than you were?
I've thought a lot about that. And actually, while I do love and appreciate that time period, I think that I was born the exact time that I was supposed to be. And I think that that I can almost help and influence girls to respect themselves more and to kind of look back on that time period and implement some of that in their own lives. And so no, I'm happy to be
awesome.
To be right where I am.
Great, that's perfect. That's what you should. That's the right answer, I think.
Thanks.
So tell me about the upcoming tour you mentioned with MKTO. It's looking like it's going to take up most of your summer.
Yes, definitely. No, I am so excited. I have been a huge fan of theirs for quite some time now, and I was joking with a friend recently that classic is the answer to Love Like That. It's like totally.
Yeah, I saw that. Right? I saw that they belong together.
They belong together, and so no, I am so excited to go on this tour. I'm a huge fan of theirs, and I'm really excited to get to LA next week to continue rehearsing.
Awesome. We really look forward to seeing you all over the country this summer, but before I let you go, I have one last question that I always like to ask all my interviewees.
Yes.
What is something about yourself that most fans of yours would not know? Something that maybe, you have a pet or a hobby or something that people would find like, really? She does that?
Yeah. Okay, so I love to ride my bike.
Okay.
I love it. And when I think I was like 11 years old, I was riding my bike and I was out we were out at the lake, and there was this dog that came and literally attacked me, and I had to go to the emergency room. My dad saved my life. And it was a dog that was I guess when it was little, kids would ride by on bicycles and shoot it with a BB gun, but it's a breed that's trained to hunt lions, and it's the size of a Great Dane. I thought my life was over, and now I have a nice little scar on my
unmentionables
on my cute little booty, and it's fine. But oh my gosh, terrifying. So I get a little nervous around dogs.
Okay, great. Well, that's definitely something that people might not know about your booty scar.
There's my little tidbit.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And we really look forward to seeing you out there on the road.
Thank you so much.
Have a great day.
Have a great day.